So we're done. State of the Fight is over for another year. I've clearly changed clothes, probably my hair as well. Todd's probably changed his clothes too, which only means one thing. It's Todd's after party. So for those who've never been to your after party before, what is it, Todd?
The after party, that is the thing that sets off all of State of the Fight, where we explain all of the changes that have been made to the programs and also introduce folks to everything that has been released for new tools.
And that will be enforced when?
January 1st, 2025. So get ready for it for recertification.
Great. And why don't you talk to us a little bit about our sort of key initiative this year, Be Bold for Publishers?
Be Bold for Publishers, something that we've actually been doing for quite a while. We've just made it a theme, so it will continue to be a theme going forward. But we've made some pretty significant changes to the program to make it easier for publishers to participate, both in Certified Against Fraud, Certified Against Malware, and then a whole host of new tools that will hopefully make their lives a lot easier.
So why did we start Be Bold for Publishers?
Well, the publishers are the people that generate the audience. We ask a lot for publishers. Generate an audience, make sure that the audience is the demographics that we want, make sure that the content that they're coming there to consume is brand safe, make sure that the audience doesn't include any robots or non-human traffic, make sure that the ads are going to be clean. So we need to give something back to the publishers so that they can just rise to the occasion and do all the things that we want them to do.
Awesome. Great. So Certified Against Fraud.
Yes.
What are the significant changes or any changes to the program for next year?
Yeah, changes for Certified Against Fraud, again, aligned with Be Bold for Publishers. We've changed our rules for how publishers can fulfill the IVT requirements. So if you're working exclusively with an intermediary that holds Tag Certified Against Fraud seal, you can rely on them to do filtration for you, just the same as you would be for an accredited ad server. So you don't have to spend that money on a vendor. You can hopefully reinvest that money, building out your business, generating more content, and doing all the things we want publishers to do.
Amazing.
One thing that we also added is for podcasters, a little bit of transparency. If you are creating podcasts or if you are involved in the monetization of podcasts, you need to add some user agent information so that we have transparency into the device that is listening to the podcast.
Okay. For me, it's great to hear that we're doing more sort of in the emerging channels specifically. Well, now this year for podcasting and audio, and they're such a huge channel within digital advertising, aren't they?
Absolutely. And growing all the time. So
the anti-malware, the Certified Against Malware program, what are we going to be seeing next year?
Some new requirements really around the vendors. So if you are a vendor, we wanted to align our requirements for vendors with the brand safety program and the Certified Against Fraud program. So if you are a vendor, you are going to be required to periodically assess your service offerings just to make sure that you don't need to make any tweaks, adjustments, or enhancements so that you are keeping pace with the threats that are out there.
So brand safety, what are we going to be seeing next in there?
A lot of things happening in the brand safety program. We have one new requirement. We have 3 new tools, and really they're kind of all oriented to publishers, really. So for the requirement, we're going to require that you do a pirate domain filtration. So that's a very nice complement to the requirement for doing pirate mobile app filtration that leverages the new tool that our threat intelligence department has just made for us. So that's the pirate domain app list, PDEL. So that is the first new requirement and the first new tool. The second tool is going to be our keyword exclusion list tool set, which will hopefully alleviate a lot of the problems with publishers being overblocked by keyword lists. And then the last tool we announced just a little bit ago is the human created content tool, which we're very, very excited about. A way for publishers to differentiate authentically human created content from AI generated content.
And the human created content? Human created content?
Human created content.
Yes. When is that going to be launched?
We're looking to release that in early December, so get excited.
What are we going to be seeing in the transparency program for next year?
Actually, no changes in the transparency program. We just launched that a little bit over a year ago. But please come to the transparency working group where we will discuss potentially changes and adds to the program. So join us at the transparency working group.
Great. Any more? Was that it? Are those all the updates that we've got from policy and compliance this year?
That's all the important stuff. But again, check in with the working groups. You can never tell what we're going to be talking about. We got some exciting stuff for 2025. So those are going to be the requirements for recertification. But come to the working group so you can figure out what's going to be required for 2026.
And it's probably a really good time to remind people about recertification in January, isn't it?
It is. So recertification will start in January. You have the entire month of January to get your paperwork in. It needs to be turned in no later than January 31st. And my team and I will spend the entire month of February reviewing about 250 applications, and we will announce all the companies that have successfully recertified in early March.
Great. Awesome. So thank you so much for watching and tuning in. And we'll see you at the next Tag Community working group, event, or even industry event. See you
Have
soon.
fun.